Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you on a Tuesday, August the 13th, day 15 on this micros trading journey. And boy, we had to claw our way back into a very small green day. My P&L on my charts accounts dashboard shows $5. But if I look at my Rhythmic, it shows that I'm up 71 and 106 on the 150K and down 140, which would make me positive about about $35 today. So I already did my all my graphics for this video, so I'm going to leave it at +5. But either way, it was not a very big green day at all. But just crazy how today was so difficult when it was really just a get in and hold. I mean, today was just a grinder, just a slow grind day. But for some reason, I struggled with today a little bit. I think we've just seen this huge volume volatility, and then today it changed. And we had this slow grind day. I really was looking this morning. We had, what was it? PPI news this morning. I missed it, but let me see if I can find it here. 8:30, we had, PPI was this morning here at 8:30, had a ripper up, and I was really looking for this market to open, and I really wanted to take a bounce and a retest of 18.8, which we had kind of tested it here in the pre-market, but I expected this thing to pull down to this 18.8 area, and that was what I was going to do, was going to go long there. Well, we never got there. We only got down to like the 18.820s, kind of that magical 20s area. But that's really where we should have bought. Should have jumped in right there and just held on all day. Just nothing but a slow grind, slow moving, uptrending day. And I think the biggest mistake I made, the account you see traded here is the one that's red, account 58. Which we gave back a couple days now on that account, but I was fighting it. If you look at this uptrend, I was shorting. Here I was shorting. I finally did go long here a little bit, and I was shorting again, trying to find the top. And my problem today is I was fighting the trend too much. I was looking for a reversal at some point. That's what I was looking for. And then I finally got right here. I finally got the accounts back to, or my day back to green by like $2. And then I thought I would go get more here at the end of the day when we had this little move up. I gave it back and turned myself back into like a $130 red day, and then brought it back and finally ended at $5 positive. So, yeah, we'll take that, I guess. But yeah, kind of a crazy day on that account. I did catch a couple nice reversals, one specifically with my 150K. I only took a few trades on NQ on my 150K. Had a nice long right here, kind of off this little consolidation area. Had a really nice long trade there, and then also took a nice short, actually two nice shorts off of that 19,080 level in the mid-afternoon. That one was a really nice trade. On minis, that would have been just a phenomenal trade. But yes, it was, even on micros, it was a great trade. But that's really what brought that account into green. And but yeah, that was too much of my undoing, was fighting that trend and just looking for that reversal play when it never really happened. I mean, if you look at it big picture, we did have a little bit of a retest of 19,000 here, so executing that a little bit better, that would have been a great opportunity. Obviously, I did catch most of it, and then honestly, if I'm not playing the reversal game, going long off of this bounce on 19,000 would have been excellent. So just a little bit of mismanagement of the trading day. Again, just, you could have just bought the 18.820s this morning and held on, and you'd have had a phenomenal day, and I didn't do that. So micro or ES, I took a couple trades on ES, a couple of nice trades, and nothing great, but just a couple trades there. And then on the Dow on YM, I did take some trades in the morning session with the 150K. I was up nicely on this move up, and then I kind of got wrecked on this move back down and then worked it back up. So these bottom two accounts were kind of the seesaw accounts today. And I got the 150K solidly in the green. I mean, nothing big, but I did get it green. And the 58, that bottom 50K account, we just didn't quite make it. So not much to talk about from a TradeZella standpoint. $5 is nothing to write home about. Win rate 55%, not bad. Just took a lot of trades. What did I write on my note here for today? Actually, let's go back. Here you can kind of see I started on that ES or the YM run in the morning, nice green, and then kind of seesawed a little bit and then kind of fell out. And then had to work my way all the way back to get the green in the afternoon. So a bit of a frustration. Today was a very difficult, slow grind day, the kind of day that should be an easy money day. One would certainly think that. I wanted to go long after the market opened on a retest of 18.8, but the market opened and pulled back slightly to 18.820, and then it was all up the rest of the day, like we talked about. I fought the trend too much today. Two accounts up plus 70 and one account down 140 to end up with a net $5 day. According to Rhythmic, I'm up 35, but we'll call it 5. Need to buy and hold on days like today. Instead, I was looking for the highs and playing for a move back down. Not smart. Totally feel that way. Something else I noticed today, I was red on my accounts this morning, and I started trading with my P&L and trying not to lose instead of trading a good setup and letting the trade work. I need to work on that, and that is 100% correct. I did fight that a little bit this morning. I do want to take well, it's not much different from it was yesterday. $5 today is pretty much nothing. But yeah, there was a few times today where I would get into an okay setup and just not allow the trade to run, specifically on 58. And again, I was looking for shorts, but sometimes I had an okay trade, but I just didn't let it go. Here I had a couple long positions. This one here, I put my stop way too tight. I should have let that trade run. That would have been a good trade. So just a little bit of mismanagement, and for whatever reason, today was one of those days that kind of hurt me, but it is what it is. I didn't do very well on my evals. I did not. I only traded 250Ks. I didn't touch the 250, the 150, or the take profit account. It was just not in it for me today, so I didn't trade them. I did trade minis with these and hit my max daily loss of $1,000. This from closed is not correct because this is a reset account. That account's like 1,500 a drawdown available left. So, but yeah, that's today pretty much. Just a reminder on the specials going on. The Apex sale is supposedly ending tomorrow night at midnight, I believe. So they're running that 80% off sale. And then the biggest deal, honestly, for me is that 150, 250, and 300K accounts at $40. And the $85 PA lifetime fee, that is huge. I really hope, I don't really care if Apex leaves the 80%. I don't really care if they go to 71% or whatever they want to do. That's not a big deal to me, but I really hope they extend that $85 lifetime PA fee on the 150, 250, and 300K accounts. That is such a good deal. Very, very good deal. But anyway, that is ending tomorrow, supposedly, and take profit, I don't have an end date for their special that they've got going on, that 50% off lifetime, which I love, and I've talked about that before. But I just want to say thank you. Thanks for using my code. Obviously, code BCT gets you the best deal with both Apex and take profit. So thank you for using my code. I appreciate that. If you're new, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these updates every single day and kind of take you along on my trading journey. And now to wrap up tonight, I want to look at the market and kind of look at where we're at and what I think that we may be doing. Now again, I am certainly not a professional. This is just literally my assumption. But we held, I feel like we held a pretty big level today in 18.8. That's why I wanted to long that this morning. That I felt was a big hold, and if we held that, we had further upside, and now we're starting to get into a couple of areas that I think are also critical. We have this little from the 19,250s to the 400s. 200s, which is kind of a shelf that occurred back here in the early part of July. I think it was right after the PPI or CPI move in early July, or June, I should say. And we had this little shelf right here, the low of 250s, the high of 400. So I think we have that level. Looks like it could come into play tomorrow. If we can maintain through that, I think 400 is going to be pretty key. And then really the biggest one for me is this 19, I would say 750 area. This was this big area that we've had holding for a while. All the way through the month of June and into like the middle of June to the middle of July, we stayed above that level. And this has, 1, 2, 3, 4, you could call it there, 5, 6, 7 holds of that level during that month span. So I think if we, it depends on how this market moves, we could see that tomorrow if we continue this move higher. But I do believe the 400 and that 17, I think it's the 750 level. This is how I have it marked out. I think so. That's 700. Yeah, it's got to be 750. I believe those are the two, and if we can reclaim those, I think we could see the same kind of move that we had today, where we reclaimed the level and we just kept going. Now we may not have it on an uptrending, slow grinding day, but again, holding that level and seeing it continue to go higher. So either way, obviously if we don't reclaim that, if we start getting rejections in the overnight or tomorrow morning, then obviously we look for some downside back down into maybe this 18,800 level from today. So that's my mindset. That's what I'm looking for. And again, trading micros, it allows me to set up a little bit of a bigger trade and go for a bigger win as far as points goes. For example, like this particular trade that I showed you from here, we went from the 1980s, 19,080 level down to the 19,000s almost, and took that was my profit target down here in the 20s. I think it was the 20s. Yep. And we hit that, and obviously it came all the way down. But trading micros allows me to do that. So I like to look for these setups like I was talking about this morning. I wanted this to test again and then go long, and I should have just jumped in at the 20s. I really should have, and I didn't do it. But so that's going to be my game plan. We'll see what the overnight does, but if this rejects off the 200s or the 400s, we might be a little bit cautious. But if we can go above the 400s and maybe retest this, I think we have an opportunity for upside, and then we look at the 750s. So anyway, just my 2 cents, but I felt like that might have been worth sharing. And whether you agree or disagree, feel free to comment. I mean, please feel free to comment. Yeah. That's how we all learn and get better, and maybe I miss something that you guys see better than I do. So anyway, appreciate you all hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. I appreciate all of you guys. Have a great trading day tomorrow. We'll try to have another update for you tomorrow afternoon. Take care, and so long.